Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about how to price your offer campaign. You know,
We're putting people out of business doing this show, by the way.
Offer week. How are we? I want to hear this. I love the sound of that.
We don't really have any competitors because what we do is so different, but this is one of those topics that people would be like, don't share this. You should be charging for this. Don't give it away for free.
Yeah, so last week at our live event, last weekend, I was sharing pretty extensively what House Academy is all about.
Right.
Which we're going to launch in this January. And several people came up to me and said, you know, what's it going to take for you not to launch that at all?
Yeah.
Can you just share it with us?
That's very true.
Multiple people.
That's true.
And I couldn't answer the question. I'm like, but my first thought was, why would I not want to share this with everybody?
Yeah. But
There's
I understand.
150 million properties out there. Literally, that's a real number. You can get your slice of the pie. Don't worry.
Well, everybody in the room said, I want to be the last Land Academy member.
Yeah.
I'm going to be closing the door behind me.
Everybody thinks there's competition.
I know,
There's
it's so good. I love that. I should make a shirt, actually, that says that I'm the last Land Academy member. Too bad. You snooze, you lose.
Before we get into the topic, which is pricing, by the way, which is incredibly important.
Oh, boy.
There's nothing more important than pricing.
Yep.
Actually, I don't think.
Yep.
Let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Carl asks, can more than one land investor operate in the same county?
Perfect.
Spent 10 hours yesterday analyzing sold vacant land properties in Texas, Colorado, and Florida for the past 2 years. Clearly, data tells me other land investors are operating and doing well in certain counties. The big question is there room for one more? I would assume the landowners are getting hammered with offers. Thoughts?
May I?
Please.
There's a few big picture points here that I want to make. Number one, looking at sales comparisons, meaning sold property for rural vacant land, is a useless waste of time. And here's why. If not for anything else. Comparison values come up because of this. Somebody transferred a property into someone else's name. It doesn't mean that they marketed it and they sold it to a retail buyer, or, you know, Jill has companies and I have companies. I deed her property all the time for $1. So that gets into your sales comparison values. You don't want to. Sales comps are very important for infill lots, urban property, or change of use property, like you're changing farmland into a subdivision, or houses. But rural vacant land, it's going to skew everything incorrectly. The only way to price, this is pricing. Mm-hmm. It's kind of part of the show here. The only way to accurately price property, in my opinion, is to look at for sale property that's being retailed out or wholesaled out through one or all of the venues on the internet, like Land and Farm and Land Watch and things like that. We'll get into that here in the meat of the show, but there's a step-by-step process that we provide in all of our education, a methodical, straight line, linear thinking process, and it does not involve, not for 1 second, sales comparisons. So what was the question?
The second part is, can more than one investor operate in the same county?
Yes. Yeah, the answer is hell yes. And here's why. Here's the primary reason why. Because you would think about, and when I started, I was worried about competition, but not worried about competition.
We talked about that.
Every single month, people sell land based on life events. So their parents die, they have to move, they actually realize the piece of property they bought 20 years, they're just not going to do anything with it. They're tired of paying the real estate taxes. So every month, a new set of life events comes up. Mm-hmm. If you're an adult, I don't need to tell you this. Mm-hmm. Stuff happens. Kids get F in classes.
Kids graduate.
Wives get upset about stuff. Things change.
Right.
Cars break down. Jobs change. You have to move across the country. 20% of the people in this country move every year.
I know. Is that crazy?
That's what cracks me up.
I know.
So, in the next month, it's all going to happen again. So, it's not, if they get your letter that month and you catch them at the right time when one of these life events is happening, they're going to sign it and send it back.
We talked
Maybe
about
they
that.
got 14 letters before this.
Exactly. They threw them all away. That may have softened them up, or whatever it is. There's a live event, and now they're interested. But then, and more often than not, we have taught our members how to do this for themselves, and how to think, and how to pick a county on their own. It's not like there's a secret county list. That cracks me up. No such thing. So our members are out there actually not tripping on each other, and they are picking counties and sending offers in areas that we had some stuff that we hadn't even heard. There was a county that we did a deal review, or it was a "Would you do this deal" segment of our last weekend, and it was a county that you and I had never even heard of. That
Exactly.
This person presented, we're like, "This is a great property."
At the end of our live event,
Yeah.
and all of our live events now in the future, we did something called "Would you do this deal?" And everybody that came there handed us a state, county, and APN and said,
Look it up.
this is a deal that I'm thinking about doing. Would you guys in the room do this deal? And so we answered, and everybody else answered.
Right.
And the deals that were coming up were not counties that Jill and I would ever have considered mailing. And her
awesome.
point is, get creative.
Yep.
Don't just look at the same old stuff over and over again.
Exactly.
Chances are you'll be pretty successful with it anyway, but why?
Exactly.
Just make it easy on yourself.
Yep.
Today's topic, how to price your offer campaign. This is the meat of the show.
You want me to start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Great.
First thing you do is pick several counties, not just one. Pick several and set your acquisition criteria. Comments from Stephen?
So you set you pick those counties, and that's not today's topic, but picking counties, there's an art to it, but I'll just let you in on how the pros do it. Lots and lots of horsing around research on the internet, specifically on Realtor.com, and you look at how much land is for sale in each county or each zip code or an MSA. And there's not an A to B to C way to doing it. You just have to apply a lot of logic and a lot of test to reason and look at properties that are there, that are available. Look at their days on market. Cross-check Realtor.com with Land and Farm and Land Watch and wherever else that you think makes sense to you for the type of property that you're thinking about purchasing or pricing. I will tell you, there's a dramatic difference in these two processes for rural vacant land and infill lots. Infill lots are the tiny little properties in an urban community where there's like two houses up and a lot right between it. That's an infill lot.
Your thing just from me going to the next one because it rolls right into it.
Sure.
Okay. So some of the things
Thank you for keeping me on track.
You're welcome. That's why I'm here. So your part of the picking the counties follows into the second part of pricing, which is check for sale property pricing, test for reason, and work backwards to your offer price, which you should come up with a number like, $192 per acre. And you want to explain a little more about that?
Yeah, sure. So with rural vacant land, your research, check their for sale for property. You want to take the bottom 10 or 20% of the properties that are listed in an area that you're thinking about. Let's say it's Mojave County, Arizona. I always pick on Mojave County. And it cracks me up how many people actually just send mail to Mojave County because I talk about it all the time. That's not what I mean. In fact, don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm specifically saying please don't
do
it to
Mojave
County. Not because we sit there and make money all day, because we don't. We haven't done a Mojave County deal in probably years. But too many people take this Mojave County thing literally, and they're disappointed.
Yeah.
Mojave County, Arizona, let's say you want to buy or sell, you want to send a mailer out for 5-acre properties. So you go look at what's for sale on Realtor.com, make sure there's enough property being bought and sold. And Redfin, all the other places, Land Watch and Land and Farm. And you see that there's 150, 200 properties that are for sale. You take the bottom echelon of those properties, the bottom, let's say 20%, and you average it out. And let's say they're selling for $1,500. You want to price your mailer at about 33% of that. You want to offer maybe $500, $600, $700 for that. And then you want to double your money when you go to sell it. So if you're in it for $500, you double it for $1,000 and sell it. And everybody else is selling it for $1,500. Mm-hmm. I am grossly oversimplifying how to price a mailer.
Thank you.
But this is the scope of this venue right now.
Yeah, and that's what happens. So So you use that data to come up with a price, and as you're doing this too, one county will typically rise to the top and you'll see
it'll make sense.
It's the easiest one and the best one to start with. It's got a good mix of for sale property, not too many available, so you know that the market's not already flooded with this many, like not going to do that one, not going to do that one. Like,
well said.
Here's one that has some for sale but not a ton, so if I roll some in there, I'll kill it. So that's great. And then you've used, based on Stephen's steps and process here, how to take that bottom 20%, come up with an average of what your offer price is going to be. So maybe you're talking in acres. Maybe it's $500 an acre because you're doing it for an acre. You're going to sell it for $1,000. Everybody else is selling it $1,500 an acre. Awesome. And then as you have that number of $500 an acre now to price your mailer, that's what this is about, how to price, you're going to come up with a formula, and this is Stephen's going to give you a little more, whatever you want to share, about how to make a formula in a spreadsheet so you can quickly run down your list. You're not going to sit and price one, price another, price. You're not going to type them in individually. That's ridiculous. It's just a formula. Will go all the way down your spreadsheet, price them, done, ready to be mailed.
Yeah, here's the formula. In reality, you don't pull data where it's just 5 acres, 5.00. It's always 4.8731, 4.92, and on and on and on. So you want to take advantage of that and make each offer unique. So you run a real simple equation that says if you've determined that $100 an acre, $150 an acre for 5 acres is how you want to generally price this, you multiply that $150 an acre times the acreage amount, 5 acres, 6 acres, 3 acres, 4 acres, and run it all the way down the spreadsheet. So now every single line item, which, by the way, is every line item is an actual offer. Go back and listen to yesterday's show if you want to, where we talk about that. It's a unique number specific to that property. And take it out to the cents. $621.32, and every single one should be a strange number like that, not 500.00. And here's why. When people get an offer for a very strange number, it makes them wonder, like, how the heck did they come up with that number? Well, I'm going to call and find out.
Exactly.
Oh, no, and then they get Jill on the other end of the line, and she dazzles them, and they fall in love with her, and pretty soon they're selling their property to her. So you want to drive that phone traffic and the writing, signing the offer traffic submission. That's basically how you price a rural vacant land offer. In 60 seconds or less, here's how you price an info lot mailer. It's very, very simple. It's much easier than rural vacant land. You take a look at an average number for what prices houses are sold in that community. And I mean that community zip code, not the county. The zip code may be even smaller than the zip code census tract. And you multiply it by 25%, because that's what a builder pays for a piece of land. And then you cut that in half. So you want to go in at about 10% on infill lots, urban lots that you think are buildable. And I know that's just like, oh, come on, Steve. That's too simple.
That's too low.
I don't get it. It's too low. It's too simple. You're not really telling us anything. What the hell? I'm not listening to your podcast anymore.
That's it.
So we only have 15 minutes for the show. If you go and look at our other content, it's on YouTube and stuff. I'm not driving our stuff. If you don't want to, don't. I'm just saying.
We just told. They don't have to do anything now.
If I just heard somebody say that, it'd be like, don't tease me. I really want to know how to do it. Show me. Show me on YouTube how to do it. Go look at our other stuff and listen to it and watch it. It's in there.
Yep.
Is that it?
That's it. You did
awesome. Done it again? You wasted another 15 minutes listening to the Land Academy show. Join us next time where we talk about saving money on postage and data.
And we answer your questions posted on our online community, landinvestors.com. It's free.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. I hate leaving them hanging like that.
How did you leave them hanging? You just did it. You threw in the whole info lot. I wasn't planning on that.
I just want to explain it all, show everybody how to do it, and that's my first choice.
I know that's not this venue. We're doing our best. We could, now the podcast would be Oh my gosh, it wouldn't be a podcast.
Could have a 10-hour podcast.
That's right.
Somebody
Could you
actually came
imagine?
to me in this last event. They walked up to me and said, "Your podcasts are too short." And I sat down with them. I said, "You know what? We go back and forth on that." And I think they're too short too, but we can't.
But there's one every day. We could do longer ones, but not every day.
Jill and I have other stuff to do, number one. And number two, shorter is always better for a social media standpoint. So, and what I told this person is, you got it. What I just said on the air, go back into YouTube, or back into our other podcasts and really set yourself up to learn. Because you can always listen to 10 episodes. 10 short episodes are always better than one long one, I think. Don't you?
I do.
But I listened to that person.
I agree.
They said they listened to another show. It's like an hour and a half long.
Oh, wow. Got it.
It's about real estate investing, not land and stuff.
That'd be hard to do every day.
Right.
Thank you, though. I appreciate the feedback. That's awesome.
Right.
Share the fun by subscribing on iTunes and YouTube. And while you're at it, please rate us there.
We are Steve and Jill.
Information.
What happened? Let's start again. 3, 2. We are
Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.